Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing, guys? Vitai the Bean is here, and welcome to another episode of today's in crypto show. Yes, the crypto markets are up today about 5-6%, but in this video I'm going to show you a realistic view of where the Bitcoin prices might go, what are the dangers. We're going to take a different look at the perspective on a monthly level, and I'll show you exactly the price points where is the golden opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Yes, there are some fears of Ukraine invasion from Russia that is escalating right now. We're going to discuss that, and some huge news for Terra Luna with its $1 billion raise. We'll have a lot to talk about. So if you like crypto, if you like to make money, if you want to stay up to date with the latest news in the crypto markets, then subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, and let's get started, guys. We have a green market today. You can see Bitcoin is up to $39,000 right now, Ethereum up 6.7%. Overall, the market is green. You can see Terra Luna is on a tear right now, with 15% rise in the last 24 hours, and there is a reason for that. And first of all, there is some concerns in the market, right? Because Putin, the president of Russia, ordered troops into Ukraine and recognizing Donetsk and Luhansk as independent. And the whole world does not believe in his words, saying this is a peacekeeping mission. Come on. Why are we sending more troops for more peace? Right? It doesn't make any sense. That's what kind of the world community is pointing out. He's calling Ukraine a US colony with a puppet regime and suggesting Ukraine is not a legitimate state. So is it going to lead to war? There's not going to be winners in this scenario, but there is some real concerns in regards to that part. Now that's out of the way. I hope there's not going to be war. Let's take a look realistically what's happening right now in the market. We have 5 days to the month of February to close. It doesn't look good on the monthly, to be honest. We have a very little green candle coming up right now after a series of 3 red candles. So this may signify a continuation pattern, a continuation candle, which means that we still have more lower prices for the Bitcoin to come. And I want to point out specifically to the stochastic RSI that measures the momentum in the market. If you look at what's been happening, whenever we dip below this 20 level on a monthly, that's where we see some big correction happening in the market. Like, for example, right here, back in April 2014, after we crossed on the stochastic RSI on the monthly, we did have a relief rally of about 50%. However, we plunged way lower to find a bottom around $220, and we stayed for over a year and a half in this area until we finally recovered and climbed on a monthly stochastic RSI above, right? The next time we happened right here in March 2018. We dipped below this level, and then we had a 50% rally. People got excited about this one in the month of July 2018. Actually here, in the month of April 2018, had a 50% rally up on a monthly. However, we did plummet way lower after this. So realistically, and this is the facts that we are seeing right now in the charts, on the monthly stochastic RSI, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. We are right here below 20 on a stochastic RSI. So it doesn't mean that immediately we can say, okay, it's going down 50% from here, right? However, what I can say is that be cautious, because we might see some relief rally to about $50,000, only to find Bitcoin going way lower, just like this. So this is one scenario that is in the cards because of what we have seen before. Every time on a monthly, on a stochastic RSI, there's only 2 times in the history that we have seen that's what might happen, right? We go higher, maybe 40-50%, everybody gets excited, and then we go even lower. Now, how low can we go? If we look on a weekly level, okay, and we actually see the 200 week moving average for the weekly, it had never fallen below this line right here. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that the worst case scenario that I see for Bitcoin, if we do fall, is right around this area of $20,000. I do not see Bitcoin falling lower than that. This is like in the worst case scenario. But it doesn't mean we can fall there. I'll show you exactly the golden opportunities to accumulate, to buy Bitcoin right now. Now, look at another chart. This is on a 3-day chart, and there is a potential for a death cross happening on a 3-day chart when a 50 moving average and 200 moving average collide. So you can see right here, this is the line for the 50 moving average, this is the line of 200. If they collide, we have seen throughout the history on a 3-day chart, whenever these lines meet, it's trouble. It's trouble for the Bitcoin market, right? And the market plummets a lot. So I just want to give you a warning in advance. If we do see it happen somewhere in the months of May or in the end of April this year, if we do see those two lines kind of go like this and meet and collide, that's trouble. So to avoid that, we need to stay above this 50 line, which is right now at $50,000, and we need to stay there. And the faster we go there, the better. Okay. Also, here is on the 5 days, chart. When you look at the Gaussian channel, this is where you identify the opportunities for the golden opportunities to buy some Bitcoin. Wherever we are below this channel, it's very simple. Wherever are below the lower band right here, that's historically has been the greatest opportunities to buy Bitcoin, which we recently did. I mean, look at this. Wherever you buy in this area, you look like a superhero a couple years later. Not immediately, but you look like a superhero. Whenever you buy here, you look like a superhero. Whenever you buy below this area, you look like a superhero. So where we are right now, we just dipped into this area just right now. You can see in this area, exactly in this golden zone. So if we're going to fall below, I mean this area, anywhere below in this area, it's a very good time to buy Bitcoin historically, and a couple of years later you look like a superhero buying and holding in this area. So there you go. That's what I want to show you about the opportunities and where the markets realistically are right now. The Bitcoin Mayor multiple returning to July 2021 level, and usually what it means is very good buying opportunities, right? Mayor multiple down 50%. The latest in the series of metrics. The multiple measures Bitcoin current price against 200-day moving average. Its creator, Trace Mayer, believes that any reading below 2.4 offers an increasingly profitable trade for potential investors. And the lower the score, the more likely a long-term buying will turn out to be effective. So where we are right now? Well, we are below 1. We are below 1. Yes, so historically, very, very good buying opportunities. Even if we go below, if you have a several years perspective into the future, we are looking at a much, at a very good trade. And you can see the percent supply that was last active more than a year, which means long-term holders of over a year is at a 14-month high. 61%. They do not move their Bitcoin. They do not sell. They do not panic sell. They hold their Bitcoin, right? And the supply of exchanges, they just keep getting lower and lower. That's what we are seeing. And despite Canada trying to freeze those Bitcoin accounts, we see institutional investors actually buying more Bitcoin ETFs, going from 28,800 Bitcoin to 32,000 Bitcoin just in the last 2 weeks, which means that essentially Canada warning everyone to get their coins of the exchanges because they will take them in the most incredible advertising for Bitcoin I've seen in my entire life. I tend to agree with that. If you are not 100% sure you'll always be on the right side of those in power, you'd better buy some Bitcoin and keep it in your own wallet. Now, what is Mark Cuban saying about the turbulence that we see right now in the markets? Take a look at this, gain some perspective, and I'm just going to play this clip for 1-2 minutes right now for you. So there you go.
It's going to work out. Is that going to be the market mood setter for the immediate future?
Yeah, I mean, markets always overreact and overcorrect to news or anticipated news, particularly after a big run up, because speculators and investors want to protect their profits, so people run to cash. But the reality is, whether rates go to 3% or 4%, there aren't a lot of other good places to put your money. And so while there may be a lull now, just like we've seen in the past, people will come back to the markets.
There aren't a lot of places for people to park their money, coming from the billionaire Mark Cuban. So what do you think about that? The markets are going to do its thing, but where else? Where else people are going to park their money, if not crypto? Now, huge news for the Terra Luna. The Terra Luna Foundation raises $1 billion to form Bitcoin reserve for its stablecoin UST. That's huge news, meaning that right now the reserves for the UST stablecoin are, for the first time ever in the history, it's coming out with the Bitcoin reserve. And the raise, one of the largest in the history of the crypto sector, essentially happened on the Terra Luna Foundation. And you can see right here that Terra Luna is the only chain in the last 7 days that added to its stake over 11%, while all the other chains, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, Phantom, Solana, Tron, Polygon, all of them are in the negative. And the market cap to TVL is very attractive, sitting at 1.3. I mean, Terra Luna and Phantom is also, like you can see, 0.56, are the most attractive layer ones today to buy. Luna and Phantom, right? And they're in a pretty sweet spot to buy right now. So this is a big deal. A largest ever cap formation in crypto. Bitcoin uses the reserve currency to scale UST. The 1 billion will be used to purchase Bitcoin to be used as a reserve backend for UST, making UST a partially backed, algorithmically stable coin, as it's backed by another asset besides own Luna token. So it's only a good thing for the Terra Luna. And final news for today, Grayscale launches campaign to encourage public comments on Bitcoin ETF application, holding one of the largest amount of Bitcoin from institutional investors. Grayscale CEO is positive that the public will make its Grayscale product as a Bitcoin ETF, which of course means even more capital from institutional investors into Bitcoin. We'll see how this will go, as they already approve a futures ETF, and now the spot Bitcoin ETF is in the cards. And finally, guys, DRIP, just in case that you have not been paying attention, right now it's on a dip around $100, and the liquidity has been as highest ever, with $52 million liquidity. It's not small anymore. It's a lot of liquidity, $102 million market cap. Pay attention. There's a lot of buying that is happening, and yeah, it's the prices like we've seen the previous two dips. You can see right here, one dip, you see another dip right here, 1, 2, and this is the third dip right here that we're seeing. In my opinion, it's not a financial advice, but this will be the sand in the line somewhere in this area, right? Somewhere in this area is a good buying opportunity, because we are ready for another leg to the upside for drip, and you can make those juicy staking rewards of 365% before tax. After tax is about 265%, but if you compound, it's much higher. And if you can learn about all of that at deflationarydailyROI.com. Take a notice, watch the video, and see exactly how all of this works. Watch the interview I had with the founder and the creator and the team behind Drip and the animal farm, which is looking good, guys. The animal farm is looking good with a TVL of $308 million. The pigs are flying, 309%. Yes, we see some APRs of 250%, 300% right here, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. We have a big farm going on here, and of course, that's why the percentages are, comparing to smaller farms, are not that big. However, we have much more stability in here in the animal farm, and soon the pigs BUSD game garden is out. So that's what I want to share with you today. Subscribe to the channel, like it. I really appreciate, guys, all of your support, and stay tuned for the next episode of Today in Crypto Show.